Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Dan Reviews It. Dan here, and this time we're going to talk about The Greatest Showman. Now, this movie has been in theaters for a few months, but it is coming out on DVD April 10th, so coming up. It's, this is sort of a mea culpa review, because I did see it before the end of 2017, and yet it did not appear in my best and worst of 2017 podcast that I did. So why is that? Well, when I first saw it, I liked it. I thought it was very good. I gave it a B+. I thought there were some good songs. But, I don't know. It felt maybe a little bit light story-wise to me. So I sort of, put it back, in my mind. And, all right, it's not the best of 2017 maybe. But then they did This Is Me on the Oscars because it was nominated for Best Original Song. And then my theater, which is a second-run theater, got the movie last week. And, oh my God, I've seen it another time in full, but I've seen bits and pieces of it, the whole week. It's an amazing movie. I mean, I love this movie. I can't stop thinking about it. I dreamt about it the other night. So, it's one of those movies where maybe the first time, you like it, but then, the more you see it or the more you think about it, the higher up it goes, and that was Greatest Showman for me. I am in love with this movie. I mean, I can't stop singing the songs. The songs are fantastic. Hugh Jackman is excellent as P.T. Barnum. Zac Efron's great. Zendaya. The whole cast is really good. Michelle Williams as the wife. Everything works about this movie. Now, it's not an A+. I'm not going to go crazy and say it's, among the top, 3 or 5 movies of last year. It's not. But I think it's one that I really kind of missed the mark on a little bit upon my first viewing. So let's sort of break it down. First of all, it's from the same music writers as La La Land, which I gave an A+ to 2 years ago. That was a great movie, and I love it. But I do admit that La La Land maybe got a little bit too overhyped, and the more you think about it, maybe it's not the best, and whatever. I don't know. The songs in La La Land are great, but there is, I would say, at least there are 2 songs in The Greatest Showman, maybe 3, but let's say at least 2 that are better than any song in La La Land. La La Land has great songs. Probably, I don't know what the best would be. It's not City of Stars. It's probably the audition song. Here's to the Fools Who Dream. That is a great song. That's the best song I think La La Land has to offer. And it is a fantastic song. But here, between This Is Me is just, excellent. And then I would say Come Alive is the other one. That are just gangbusters, just great. Singable. Even if you don't see the movie, they're just great songs, So here's the deal. This is a classic Hollywood musical. I read an article that this was, a couple months ago when it was about to come out, that Hugh Jackman said when he originally pitched this idea, there had not been an original movie musical in over a decade. And I assume he meant live action, because obviously Disney, had like Tangled, and, Disney has some original, Princess and the Frog and stuff in the past 10 years. But I think he means live action. So I still don't really know what movie he was talking about, because I was trying to think of original, but then Hamilton happened and was a huge thing. Obviously it wasn't a movie, but, on the stage, and everybody was talking about Hamilton. And then, of course, La La Land came out and just blew up, and so the timing couldn't be better for this movie. It is a little bit light still in the story, and it takes great liberties with the actual P.T. Barnum story. But, so does The Sound of Music with the real Von Trapp family. I don't know. Yeah, it's a biopic, okay, and biopics should probably have some sort of grip on reality. And certainly there are things in this movie that happened in real life, but it is also a musical. I don't think P.T. Barnum busted out random choreographed numbers all the time either. But the thing is, the subject is P.T. Barnum. It's spectacle. It's show. And that's what this movie gives us. It gives us a show. It gives us a spectacle. And there are some slightly heavier themes in here, certainly about racism when Zac Efron and Zendaya's character want to be together and sort of can't because he's typically, high society, at least before he joins the circus he is. And, so there's some themes like that. There's some light infidelity. That's sort of the one that, it doesn't really go anywhere. Yeah, it's a little bit of a diversion subplot, but whatever. The point is, look, this is a PG movie. And when I was growing up, most musicals were PG. If they weren't Disney, they were something like, The Sound of Music or, Oklahoma. And listen, I'm not that old. I'm not saying I was a kid when Sound of Music was out, obviously. But I was raised with it, And I think there is something to be said for the family-friendly musical. Because this certainly is one. I mean, yeah, it touches on a couple of issues, but you go and it's like the circus itself. You have a great time. You feel good. Certainly I cry a lot at a couple of different numbers in this movie. So it hits those emotional notes correctly. Hugh Jackman is outstanding as Barnum. The movie clocks in at a reasonable time. Yes, they could have fleshed out some of the stories to make it go a little bit longer. Okay, I'll grant you that. But not every movie that's a musical has to be 2.5 hours. We don't all have to be, The Sound of Music. What was that, 3 hours? And it's like The Sound of Music's a great movie. One of my all-time favorite musicals for sure. But, that and Mary Poppins are pretty long movies, This one doesn't have to go that route. So, yeah, the songs are great. The choreography is top-notch as well. I can't say much about that. So, yeah, I mean, look, the movie has its flaws. The story is a little bit light on the, controversy aspect. But there are things that happen, certainly. I mean, the guy has a rough road. He starts out as a poor kid with a dream, basically. And, oh, God, that first song's great, too. The Million Dreams. Whew, man. So, essentially, the reason I wanted to sort of do this as a standalone review is because it does rank in my best of 2017. Absolutely it does. And, upon first viewing, I just didn't know that yet. Is it an A+? No. I had 3 A+s last year, and they remain Baby Driver, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, and The Shape of Water, in that order. But it's an A. It's not maybe a top tier A like Get Out was or Disaster Artist, but it's in my top 10 of the year. It is such a good movie. I can't wait to see it a third time. I'm so glad my theater got it and that, now every time it plays I can sort of just crack the door open a little bit and hear a song or whatever. And I can't tell you how many customers have already seen me dancing in the lobby about it. It's infectious. It is, a great movie. And it is one of those where, maybe on a professional level, like, okay, is it as strong of a movie as some of the other A's I gave out in 2017? Is it as well written as Lady Bird? No. Is it as well acted as Molly's Game? Probably not. But, it's a musical, for one thing, and the songs are amazing, the choreography's amazing, and they're great singers. Can't say the same for Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone, which was the point of La La Land. I get it. The point is they're not classically trained singers. I get it. But the singing here is great. It is heavily auto-tuned. I won't deny that. But it doesn't just detract from the experience, like it does in some other... Like Rock of Ages is an example of a movie that was so heavily auto-tuned, it was distracting. This is just good, kind of like Beauty and the Beast. There you go. There was another movie musical this year I gave an A to, Beauty and the Beast. Is it as good as Beauty and the Beast? Probably not. Beauty and the Beast, I think, ranked number 6 maybe or something in my top 10. It's not quite that good, but I would give it a spot in my top 10 of 2017. Greatest Showman. It is out on DVD on April 10th, DVD and Blu-ray, and hopefully with some cool backstage footage or extra scenes or something. That would be awesome. But it's also still playing, hopefully, at a theater near you, a second-run theater like mine that gets, movies a little bit later, but you get to see them on the cheap, so that's always fun. But yeah, it's a great movie. Love it, love it, love it. So that is my review for The Greatest Showman. Hope you enjoyed it. Check out my other movie reviews. I have some recent ones up for Love, Simon and Wrinkle in Time and Death Wish, which is still out in some theaters. And I just also recently reviewed the brand new Roseanne season. They premiered the first 2 episodes on ABC, and so I reviewed those for the channel as well. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do so. We're almost at 200 subscribers, so definitely getting up there, which is awesome to see. And you can check out the Facebook group as well. Dan reviews it. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you back here next time. Bye.